Magu Xian Shu. Magu brings immortality. Tao, the way or path. Do not judge me until you've walked in my shoes. Greetings. This is Professor R.T. Bates, also known as Brother Harkuf Hitep Duamutef. I am speaking in my capacity as Professor of Taoism now. And I have at least one more personality, which would be the Afro Marijuana Magi. More on that later. But yes, now I am back in New York, and I am seeking young sisters and brothers, 18 to 27 years old right now, that's flexible, and we're going to open up a temple, much like Shaolin or Wudang, or maybe a little bit of both of those, except it's for the brothers and the sisters. Afro is the main word here. So today is Sunday, the second day of the 7th month of the year 2017. And on this video, I will discuss Taoism and the Tao. There are two main parts to Tao. One is the religious Tao, which this book, not this book, but this book is about. And the other is just natural practices, breathing and meditation and so forth. There's a third branch which practices what we call the holy herb, Ma, or cannabis, marijuana. And we use what we call the holy cauldron to smoke the holy herb. But this cauldron is actually for battle. I call it the war ship. And we'll get more into that later. But now, what is Taoism? Like I said, the Tao means the way or the path. But Taoists say the Tao that is put or expressed in words is not the real or eternal Tao. Look, and it cannot be seen. Listen, and it cannot be heard. Reach, and it cannot be grasped. You know it, but you can be it at ease in your own life. So the word Tao, sometimes spelt with a D, is a character made up of two other characters. The word Tao, way or path, is made up of head, the character, the Chinese character for head, and the Chinese character for foot. They put them together, which says Tao, which again means way or path. Obviously, you can use a foot or shoes or anything to show the way or path. So what path? What is that path that you go on? Well, really, it's no path, because the Tao that's put into words is not the real Tao. The path is whatever your nature is. It is not so easy just to be yourself, as Bruce Lee said. To totally and honestly be yourself, man, that is very hard. So what is Tao? Tao is the heaven. Tao is the earth. Tao is the mountain. Tao is the wind. Tao is the fire. Tao is the water. Tao is the lake. And there's one more I'm forgetting, but you can look it up. So we have what's called trigrams that represent all these forces in nature. And in Tao, we simply try to get in tune with nature. For instance, when I do Tai Chi, I want to stand as firm as a mountain. I want to flow like water. Now, lake is separate in that lake doesn't move. It is still, but it is still water. Wind, the only way we know wind is by seeing it move the leaves or feeling it on our skin. But you want to be able to move like the wind. We also root in the ground like the hemp root or the tree roots, which root in the ground and give you stability in the earth. These things are all natural powers or natural energies in nature. There is no God telling us do this or do that. Why should we have a higher being to tell us what to do when you haven't even passed being one with nature? Most of you silly city dwellers don't even know what it is to be in nature. So Tao is not a way that someone devised. Tao is your way, but we do have practices which align you with these 8 powers which I just described, maybe 7. You understand? So like I said, for mountain power, we stand to the side. A mountain is immovable. So in Tai Chi, this is the energy we want to express, immovable energy. When we flow like water, water sinks. So we flow downward, bringing your enemy down. So these energies, even though I'm talking in terms of martial art, can be applied to life. There is also the yin and the yang. The yin and the yang is an expression of the 2 opposites. But in between, we have what's called the 5 transformations, most notably called the 5 elements. And the 5 elements are again fire, and fire creates earth or ashes. And earth creates metal, like steel and iron and gold. And metal melts and creates water. And water goes into the earth and creates wood, or trees and plants and things. So these 5 changes are the changes of yin to yang, and yin and yang back to yin. And those are 5 energies. You have total yang, or say totally hot, and then it cools off a little bit. Then you have lesser yang, and then you have total or strong yin, and then you have lesser yin. So those changes are described as the 5 elements or 5 phases. In our Kung Fu system, the cannabis, we put the 5 elements in the hand. Again, I'll show that later. So that is a quick talk on the Tao and Taoism. Basically, like I said, you have religious Taoism, you have people who practice, praying and going out to temples and burning incense and stuff like that, have regular festivals. Then you have people like myself who actually practice what I call Afro-Asiatic Tao. You understand? So my culture is myself, my Ankh, and my ancient Egyptian, etc., etc. But my practices come from the Tao, which actually come from us anyway, but that's a whole nother story. So we practice the immortal alchemy here at the Per-Neter Kemet Temple. So that's it for this tape, and I'll continue this on further tapes. For now, we are beginning, I am just beginning, and I have some students with me who are about to open the Stephen L. Mason Academy, or excuse me, a Stephen L. Mason Memorial Shishat Haru Academy, or SHA for short. And this academy is for Shiros, Shishat, and Heroes, Haru. Now what that is that this will be the first school that legitimizes superheroes. Not only legitimizes, but actually trains people to become superheroes. I believe we'll be first. I mean, I'm sure people out there with money is doing things in secret, but I can't be secret because I have to find people. We have the land. We have 20 acres. I am not divulging where the land is at right now, but it's there. But it's all raw land, just like that right there. There's 20 acres of that. Now, this is not for everybody. The first group that comes down there with me will have to be ready to do work. We're going to be moving trees. We're not going to be doing a lot of cutting of the trees. We want to keep the land as natural as possible. And the people that come down, you're going to be living in your individual domes. We're going to show you how to make them from regular PVC piping. They're very simple to make. And we're going to be living the real Kung Fu stuff. Now, what you will be learning is called Tai Chi Bo. This is the system that I have developed combining boxing and Wu style Tai Chi Chuan. So that is our own Afro-Asiatic system that will be the first ones to put out onto the streets. Those of you who come down, the rites of passage will be for 9 months. After 9 months, you will come out a certified either Tai Chi Bo instructor or an art of life, or yes, an art of life consultant. The art of life is the alchemy and self-healing system that I developed, and it includes the 8 parts of which I was telling you about, which is meditation or Taoist meditations, internal exercises, 5-element diet, which I mentioned the 5 elements, tonic herbs, which also include the cannabis, self-massage, which includes acupressure and muscle massage, what we call sexual kung fu. I've gone into that before, but we'll get into it deeper, and basic feng shui, and lastly the I Ching, or basic I Ching. So with those 8, with the foundation of those 8 arts and practices, you will be able to become a consultant and help people heal themselves and all kinds of stuff. You'll learn all kinds of stuff. And in return for your lessons, you will, well, like I said, the first group will have to help us clear the land and get it ready for the actual school that's going to be built there and all that type of stuff. But the next groups that come down will be simply growing food and taking care of the land as it is, such and such. So, like I said, this is just the beginning. I'm calling out now. We ready to go? And if you're ready to become a superhero, then you need to contact us. All the website information is all over the place, so y'all can find it. All right? Peace. Oh yeah, that's the boathouse where I'm at here, and Mitt rebuilt it for them over there. That's Manhattan over there, and I'm over here in the Bronx on the other side of the river. We're in the Bronx, so this is where I used to live, in the towers, the River Park Towers. Dun, 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 dun. Notorious River Park Towers. And they done messed up my park, man. They up here fixing it up, but I used to come out here and work out and all this stuff I'm talking about now. This is where I've helped develop. Luckily, I was living over this way, because I had this to come sit by the water and meditate on the Tao. Peace.